This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We're now in front of the house and behind me here you see a Hyundai Ioniq 6, and in this video we're gonna test the range. Yes, finally we're gonna see how efficient is this Ioniq 6. It has 0.21 drag coefficient, which is even lower than the Tesla Model 3. So this is the rear-wheel drive, by the way. Can it match or even beat Tesla in efficiency? It's the 800-volt hyped-up car, right? It should beat the Tesla Model 3, even though it's a little bit larger. So we will find out today. Yes, here you guys see it. Wow, the Korean premium. So let me see. Yeah, welcome to the ding dong. We have charged the car to 100%. And wait, what the heck? Yeah, here. It claims 72.6 kilowatt hour. We'll measure how big the battery is. We'll also measure the consumption. We just reset everything here. And then go to map. And then we will just start driving north towards Gardermoen, Jessheim, Dal, yeah. And then, yeah, so you guys know the drill, right? Right, so the first thing we do is just drive from Alnabru over to Dal. And right now we don't measure any exact speed or anything like that. So yeah, just to get from here to the starting point, and then we start the measuring. So it's a little bit busy today. What's the temperature outside? 10 degrees Celsius, oh nice. Winter is over, spring is coming, yeah, finally. We are now at Dal, and that's the Polizei. Yo, what's up? Okay, I'm gonna do 120 test. Let's hope they're still camping here for a little bit. But okay, so here is from Oslo. We have some uphills. Yeah, this is pretty cool. We have a compass with elevation, altitude, huh? Okay, so yeah, now that we are stationary, it uses a little bit for electronics. Actually, nothing for climate. Ooh, impressive. So yes, I'll be doing the 120 test. I have set to, I can show you here, if you click here. We are set to driver only, and then I'll be using eco mode. There's a button here, you can switch between different modes. See, sport, eco. Here we don't have any sound effects when we switch between the modes, so that's good. All right, let me reset. I have different trip meters, so I will count after recharging how much we spent and everything. So this one, I guess, will be for the 120 test. All right, nice weather today, dry roads, and over here 9 degrees Celsius. Well, there are some patches with some wetness, but very little. So yeah, I guess I'll drive all the way to Espan back again. This car should have good range, so it's going to take a while to drive it down to almost zero. So yeah, not too much traffic, but seems like we have a little bit of headwind. I can feel the wind tugging the car. And just like the Ioniq 5, this one is also very quiet. I measure it to be right on par with some of the German cars even. And also the ride comfort is just superb. And that is probably due to long wheelbase, but also in general, it seems like the suspension has been tuned to be comfortable. So this is actually a big upgrade versus the classic Ioniq. If you drive that classic Ioniq, you will hear that it's noisy and that the ride is a bit bouncy, and this one feels more premium, really. That's really impressive, the Ioniq 6. Oh, quite windy at Mjøsen. I can see the windsock is erected. Oh, yeah, it's not ideal energy-wise with this strong wind. But yeah, it was one of the best days to do it anyway for this test. All right, the result, 199 watt-hour per kilometer. Ooh, okay. Now let's do the 90 test. We also see here the symbol here. It means that we have auto steer active, and then also auto lane change is active. This one comes and goes, the lane change symbol thing. I can try to demonstrate to you what it looks like. So let me see. If I tap turn signal, yeah, gently tap it. Hey, what the heck, huh? It says cancel. Okay, let's try again. Lane type not supported. What do you mean? You can't support the left lane here? What the heck? Come on. I can see the header display here also. Okay, now it works. It works kind of random. Okay. And then let's go back. Come on. Yeah, okay. Okay, there you go. So that's the auto lane change with this car. And then I can show you that when you use the blinker, you will see the side repeaters or the side cameras, they pop up. So that's, I guess, nice, except for that when I want to turn or when I want to change lane, I will not be looking here, I will be looking here. Okay, this is a bit strange. See, we have header display, which is great, but I feel like I don't see much of it. You see, okay, so normally I hold the camera a little bit below my head position. So I'm gonna hold the camera at the head position, which is here. And then you see that if you're a little bit taller, then zoop, you don't see the header display. And you say, oh, just adjust it down. Well, it's already at the lowest position. So I can show you that if I would adjust it up, it would be gone. G1. What the heck, man? I think this car has been designed for small Asians. That's it, you see here. Now I'll go back to the lowest setting. Here, I guess wifey's head height will be around here, which is perfect. Well, let's test the sound system. This one has the Bose stereo system, not the Harman Kardon. Wait, maybe that's Kia. Okay, let's see now. How is the Bose system? Wait, let me start from there. Okay, whatever. So here I'm gonna listen with some bass and also just a general impression of the sound. It lacks the deepness in the bass. It also lacks some punch. I don't know if it has a subwoofer. I saw there was a speaker in the back partial shelf, but that didn't seem like a subwoofer. Okay, next one. So as usual, I had to mention I use uncompressed WAV file on the USB stick, so there shouldn't be any losses there. Okay, at least the sound, it sounds clear. But is it over crisp? It sounds very crisp at least. That's good. And quite detailed. Let me skip a little bit. Okay, I mean, it sounds good, yeah. Except for that, I think it lacks a little bit in the bass department. Listen to this one. Yeah, but it doesn't give me that chill down the spine detail level, you know? Okay, the bass is somewhat non-linear, meaning that some tones are higher than others. Plus that, again, we lack that deep bass. This kind of music though, you don't, the bass doesn't go that deep. Well, actually it can go that deep, I forgot. But like that guy sounds comfortable to listen to. I mean, listen to this guy. This guy has a higher voice. Will we see any over crisp? Yeah, just as I expected. The treble is, in my opinion, over crisp. So it becomes a little bit unpleasant to listen to. You could just touch down on the equalizer, and, but it's still the same, you know. It's just over crisp treble. Okay, next one, last one. See, do we get any rattling in the doors? This is not a German car, so it could rattle, who knows. Well, guess what? No rattling in the doors because there is no bass to rattle with. But it lacks, well, seems to lack also a little bit of maybe a little bit of mid bass, but also the deep bass. So if I would rate this system, I'm not sure. Maybe somewhere between a 5 and a 6 only. Well, we're gonna try to coast now. Let's see. So this should be one of the best cars to coast with, right? Because Korean cars in general, they have low drivetrain friction and gearbox friction and whatever. Okay, let me see. There we go. Okay, I actually use neutral. You can go 0 regen, but I see in the meter that it still regens a little bit. But in neutral, there is no regen. So come on, we try to beat what was it again? The record holder. Well, another thing I'll show you here. Look here. We have 50% stellar charge here. Here's the speed, by the way. 50% stellar charge, and you see 34.4 or something. So if you multiply that by 2, it becomes 68, 69 kilowatt hours. So you see that the stellar charge scale is not linear. When we had 100%, we had 72.5 something, wasn't it? So yeah, just like other Korean cars, they don't have a linear stellar charge scale. That's a small minus, because I mean, the percent scale should be linear, right? Not non-linear. Okay, we're picking up speed, but it starts flattening out. But I noticed something is that once we just roll on the flat place or something similar, then the speed drops slowly. It doesn't just plummet right away, which could indicate that we have good rolling resistance, or I don't know what we should call it. Less friction in gearbox and wheel bearings and stuff like that. So we have headwind. That is a small disadvantage. Yeah, can we make it though? Ooh, it just still glides fairly nice. So we still have to wait until we hit around 90 kilometers per hour on this one, or on GPS. Let me see. Almost. Come on. Shit. Okay. Well. Couldn't beat the MEB cars yet. There we go. ID4 coming. Okay, well. Germany 1, Korea 0, huh? We are on the way back now, and yes. So on the return we get tailwind. That's good. And the consumption right now is 151 watt-hour per kilometer, but it seems like we have underreported distance, which means that the consumption is actually lower than this. But it's still not as good as Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive. In these conditions, the Model 3 will be hovering around 130 watt-hour per kilometer. And then best case during summer is around 120, actually slightly less than 120. So, yeah, I guess it ain't over until it's over, right? So we have to wait a little bit more until we are back at Dar. But we have to go uphill a little bit before the end, yeah. All right, we're almost done with the 90 test. So far, 151 watt-hour per kilometer. And then, to my big surprise, the climate here has been kind of high. So yeah, you see, it hovers between 740 something. But you know what we can do? We can take consumption and multiply by, let's say, 89 kilometers per hour average speed, right? And then take 5% of that, and that becomes around 670 watt average. Yeah, this one could be 4.5%, but we have something like 500, 600 watt for HVAC. I think that's a little bit high when it's it's 9 degrees Celsius outside. Maybe it should have been as low as 300, 400 watt, not 600, 700 watts. So, but that is only a small portion of why the consumption is a bit higher than Tesla. So even if we would drive without HVAC, it will still not be as low as Tesla. You can also do the math based on, you can calculate also what the consumption will be with HVAC off, and it's still not as low as Tesla. So, yeah, I'm not sure why. All right, we're back at Dar. I don't know if you see the lines there on the ground. You're supposed to park this direction. You know what they say? Tesla drivers are the new Audi drivers, or the other way around. Okay, whatever. But we consume 150 watt-hour kilometer. Ooh, well. Okay. But we still have 30% left, so we need to bring it down to almost zero before we can calculate the battery capacity. And we see here that we have 20 kilowatt hour left. Okay, a little e-brake and then off we go again. So this car has preheating before fast charging, so it will heat up the battery to get the better charging speed. But what I don't like about these Korean cars is that you have to zoom in so far before you can see the charging state. What the heck? There! Yes! Wait, huh? Only one? No, there are plenty, right? Okay, whatever. There, Circle K, yes. Set that destination. What? You can do this with BMW and most other cars. Okay, let me start driving. Oh yeah, now we navigated to Ioniq, but huh? It's not preheating. Why? You see, the battery is at 9 to 13 degrees. And we have 30% battery, 29%, that's plenty. Okay, come on, anytime now. Preheat, Peter Schön. Okay, now we navigate to the fast charger. I actually have to drive a little bit further away from the charger. And now we are preheating. Oh yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll go over to the scale and weigh the car. There's another scale I use over here near the airport. Okay, this is a bit strange. Now it reports that battery care or the battery heater pulls 4.2 kilowatt only. I've seen over 5 kilowatt other times, or yesterday it was, but now 4.2. Why not go higher power to to heat it up schnell? Okay, I guess the car knows best, right? You better not Colgate by the time we arrive at the fast charger. All right, front axle. Ooh. 980. Ooh. Wait, she. There. Whoa, shit. 2080. Well. Okay, so we are passing by Ioniq now, and you see we're down to 9%, and the preheating stopped at 17% again, just like during a Yalo test. So unfortunately we have 16 to 23 degrees Celsius only in the battery pack, and I think it needs to be around 25 degrees. So how can we heat up the battery? We can yo-yo, I guess. So it will be interesting to see how this car performs during 1,000 kilometer challenge, or more typical real world scenarios where you drive and then you want to charge eventually. I wonder if it will Colgate once we plug in. All right, we're done. DON. We have 0% left, but according to BMS, we still have 5% left, and well, 0.5% here. So I guess we can count this one then, 140 watt hour left. And then we also look at the total trip here. And we can calculate how many kilowatt hour you have. But I'm going to do some charging tests. I want to find out something. Let's plug it in at the Ioniq to see how fast we can charge. And you can see that here we have only 17 to 25 degrees. So yeah, how many kilowatt can we get? Well, let's see. This one here. 110 kilowatt. Can we get at least 150? We have quite deep, or we went quite deep, low state of charge. Wait, that's it? 114? Shit, how deep you have to go, man? Okay, I might need to yo-yo a little bit. So now we need to yo-yo, which is to accelerate, regen, accelerate, regen, and that will build up heat in the battery, because we cannot use the battery heater now. It refuses to start below 17%. Yeah, so I just have to use some other methods of heating up the battery before I do the charging test. The highly realistic charging test that many people will achieve, right? Okay. Yeah. me see, I need to get this one to 25 degrees. But you see there's a quite big gap here between this one and this one. So once this one is high, then the max might be too high and then it rapid gates. So you can get, you know, with the Korean cars, you can get cold gate and rapid gate in the same charging session. There you go, 21 now. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. 24 degrees Celsius, 4.5%. That's the best I can do. Try to hammer really hard. Can we get more than 120 something kilowatts this time? Come on. All right, ramping up. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh yeah, battery heating was also what is it? Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Oh, 182 kilowatts. Oh yeah. Let me see if we can hit 200 kilowatt hour per hour. Also want to see the temperature here. Okay. There we go. The magic number, 217 kilowatt. Yeah, at 25%, sorry, at 25 degrees it happened. All right, I think we've seen enough. So now what they're gonna do is go over to the V3 Supercharger and test how fast we can charge then. We're now at the V3 Supercharger. So here's the thing. These are only 400 volt based, and then the car is 800 volt based, or 664.7. So the car needs to do the conversion from 400 volt to 800 volt. A Porsche Taycan has this onboard converter, but a special hardware, you know, a dedicated hardware. But the eGMP platform, which this one is also, uses actually the part of the drivetrain to do the conversion. So I want to see what is the limit. Is the sky the limit, or do we get, for example, the maximum power of the motor with 170 kilowatt? Let's plug in and find out while the battery is still nice and hot. Okay, it turns out that every time it will ramp up, just like EV6, and then charge for just a couple of seconds, and then it stops. So I don't know what's up with the eGMP. You see, what's up with the eGMP platform? And why it doesn't work with V3. It works with V2, but I have never made it work with V3 before, so shit. I guess we just go back to Ioniq and do the charging session there. And today I measured that this car underreported distance by 1%, which means that all the consumption numbers you guys saw, that is actually 1% lower than that. So still this car is not as efficient as Model 3, but I mean it's a bigger car, right? And it's heavier, so yeah. But I also measured 75.1 kilowatt hour net capacity. Very nice, according to EV database, which is most of the time correct. That site claims 74 kilowatt hour. It could be that this car is so new that it has that extra buffer, that initial buffer that will degrade. Just like in Kona, I measured 75 kilowatt hour on brand new car and it's supposed to have 74 kilowatt hour. So yeah, the Koreans, they tend to do the same thing with the new cars and the old ones. So and then range-wise, okay, pretty good for this weather. Okay, it's still not 15-20 degrees Celsius. I think then it will be even better range, but still not class-leading range. But I'd say it's still very good. So yeah, the only thing I have to complain about is that I get butt hurt. I'm not sure. I mean, the seat is very nice and firm, but almost too firm for my taste. But that's just me. But other than that, infotainment is okay. It's not that great. It seems to be a little bit laggy and sometimes clumsy to use the navigation. But other than that, the car charges like a boss and it is still very, very efficient. So that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.